Charlie, no, no, no. When's the last time you showed yourself? Look how big he is. Ooh, I can't even fit you all on the camera. All 13 pounds of you, huh? Who's a big boy? Who's a big boy? Who is that handsome, devilish man? Can't be my Charlie boy. Okay, Mommy's gotta make a video now. Shoo shoo. Hi guys. So, this is gonna be hopefully a shorter video than my average. But shortly after I uploaded my last video, I found a clip that I totally forgot to put in. Naturally, and thank God I did, because the video itself was already way too long. However, I still wanted to include it, at least on a standalone video, because I feel like I really address in more detail sort of what I've been struggling with the past, oh gosh, few years, and especially why my videos have been more sporadic the last few years. And yeah, I wanted to include it now because even though I know it's quite rambly, hello, I feel like I really did a good job at least painting the picture for what's been going on with myself and in my own head. So I'm gonna play it for you guys now, and I'll see you again at the end of it. I forgot something I wanted to say, and it kind of has to do with finding balance. Like when I was talking about finding balance, I hope I don't have food all over my mouth. Do I? No, but my face is shiny. That's okay, we're moving forward. When I talk about finding balance, something I've been struggling with for years and years and years, honestly since just post-college, maybe even during college. I'm not really sure when it started. Maybe my whole life, I don't really know. I just had more structure then, because when you're in high school, like, you get told what you do every day. But I feel like I ebb and flow so much. I'll have like really down days, like, or I don't want to say down because I'm not depressed or anything, but just days where I feel zero motivation, zero wanting to do anything. I scrape by my teeth. Like, the only thing I get done are the things I have to get done, like things that have deadlines that day in all aspects of my life. And then something will get me out of the funk, I'll get inspired, I'll whatever, and I'll have some really good days. And obviously today, me filming means I'm having a good day. I really don't think it's like, it sounds scarier than it feels. Like, I feel like it sounds like, oh my God, you like have depression, you have whatever. It's not quite like that. It's just, I feel like I struggle to find that balance where it's like, you know, today I'm having a good day and I'm trying not to overdo it, because like, I feel this urge to just do everything that I've put off. And then what's gonna happen is then tomorrow I'm gonna be burnt out and I'm not gonna wanna do anything. And so that's what I mean with finding balance and, like, you know, reining myself in if I'm having a good day, to allow myself to be happy with, you know, make a list, sure, of doing a couple things. And then when I'm done, even if I still feel motivated to do more, letting myself relax then before I let myself relax by the time I'm burnt out. Because that's just, I'm tired of living this way. I've lived this way my whole life. It's why, I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of successes as far as, like, if you look at my life on paper, it seems like I've done well and gotten far, but it doesn't feel that way internally because I struggle so much. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. I hope that makes more sense. That's what I'm talking about with finding balance. And I feel like this month I really pushed every day to try and do better. It hasn't been perfect. I'm coming out of a few not so good days. I was sick too, so that doesn't help. Yeah, just like my goal all month, and really since kind of the end of November when I started to come out of my my downhill time, my trench, just focusing on doing a little bit more every day and just doing something every day, like staying on top of doing dishes, staying on top of laundry. Like, instead of like doing a bunch of laundry and then feeling exhausted and not folding it for weeks. I mean, not that long, we don't have that much clothes, but you know, kind of just doing it right away and like finishing the tasks I set out to do every day. Just really simple things that you probably should learn way earlier in life, but really mastering those simple skills so that they transfer over to the bigger picture. That's what I mean. I feel like I'm still being a little bit vague just because there's so many little details I could talk about, but if you know what I'm talking about, or you also experience the same thing, feel free to comment, feel free to let me know. I feel like it's kind of something we don't, or at least I don't like to talk about very much because it makes me feel like a failure when I like have my really bad days, like I'm really embarrassed about them. And it's not even so much, I want to stress too, I'm not like sad on those days. It's just like days I can't focus. I just have no drive. I'm not sad, I'm not depressed, I'm not upset. I just feel exhausted mentally for whatever reason. Like my brain just, ugh. And I think I understand kind of one of the root causes of it. I think my internet usage has not been ideal, and that is definitely a whole other video topic and something I'm working on as well. I feel like internet usage sounded really sketchy. I mean like social media, not like anything weird. Not that anything is weird. Let's not shame anyone. Now I'm getting weird, but you know what I mean. So I just wanted to clarify more about what I meant about balance was, instead of having such ebbs and flows, having more consistency and really embracing and practicing that in every area of my life. Because I think when it comes to being consistent, it's the little things that are gonna get me, you know, to stick with things no matter what I am trying to stick with, but the habit itself behind sticking with those things, like being consistent as a person, energy level wise, task wise, daily routine wise. Yeah, I hope that made more sense. Back to whatever I'm rambling about now. All right. Oh, loud car. Okay, so we're back. Sorry, I'm trying to stop mid part again. Is it working? Is it not working? I don't know. Still can't figure it out. By the time I figure it out, side parts will be back in again, so that's great. But yeah, so that clip was filmed actually back in December of 2021. I know I didn't upload that video until January of this year, but I had actually filmed it shortly before Christmas break or winter break. I work at a college, that's why I call Christmas time Christmas break. Like I just have the school mindset. And I am really happy to report that for once in my life, I'm exaggerating with that, but I actually took what I was saying to heart, what I said in my last video. So again, I filmed that a couple months ago, and really all of 2022 has been about continuing to work on and improve that kind of like mental balance with myself. I feel like when people talk about balance a lot, they're talking about work-life balance and like being overworked and not knowing how to relax. For me, it's more of like an energy level balance, and I kind of felt like I was giving myself too much time to relax and not knowing how to and when to push myself versus when to kind of rein it in. And I just wanted to have more consistent days instead of living on these highs and lows. I made it my mission in 2022 to improve this, and honestly, the first step when I think back to what made the difference was, and this is gonna sound cheesy, but accepting this is who I am currently, accepting this is a pattern and behavior I've developed in myself, instead of like trying to fight it, which is kind of how I felt I've been trying to address it in the past, but just accepting this is where I'm at and then moving forward from there. And you know, getting to that place like in a very neutral way and almost even in a loving way. Like we talk about loving ourselves, and I feel like it really took until December of 2021 before I understood what that really meant. Like I always thought that I did love myself. Like I'm very full of myself sometimes. I'm laughing because my husband I know is gonna watch this and he's gonna agree. But I can be very like confident, probably overconfident, and I definitely love certain things about myself, and I don't know, I just never have had a big problem with that. However, it took me until December to recognize that true love isn't just about loving the positive things about yourself, but also loving and embracing the negative. And that is something I have never done. Like if there's something I don't like about myself, I beat myself up about it, but I never thought I wasn't loving myself, because it's like, well, I still love myself as a whole, I just hate this part. And it's like, what if you just hit a place of loving all of it? Like, what would that look like? And yeah, I had never done that before. And so finally I just decided, you know, I reached a point where I accepted who I am in the moment. I dared to love myself in the moment, flaws and all. And from there, I have been able to move on and improve. Crazy. It's almost as if people tell you to do this. Like, this is a message that people have been spouting for hundreds of years. Yeah. Again, I'm not the first person to discover this secret, but I did finally figure it out and it felt great. Anyway, I went on that tangent for longer than I planned to. Coming back in. And so just to not leave anyone hanging, kind of talking about what I did to help and what I've done to improve this year so far. I still have a long way to go, but what I've done in 2022 so far. The first thing that I started doing, I actually set it as a New Year's resolution, was to start journaling. And I swear I set this resolution every year. Like, my dream is to like be as told by Ginger and like write in my journal every day and have all of these profound like thoughts and revelations. But I thought, okay, this year though, I want to actually do it. So how can I set myself up to realistically develop this habit? And instead of like saying like, oh, I want to journal every night, I thought I'm gonna make it easy on myself and I thought I'd even doing just once a week, but I'm like, well, I want to be a little bit more consistent than that. So what about 3 times a week? And so I just started doing that. And I like don't hold myself to what I journal about. Sometimes it's as simple as writing a sentence like, I don't feel like writing right now, and I count it. But obviously as I've gotten going, I have written more and now I usually write like a couple pages, and I'm already halfway through my journal book, which is crazy. I'm sure a lot of you can relate, especially if you're like in the writing community. Like, I have so many empty journals, so many, from ones I bought for myself, but also people give them to me as gifts because they know I like to write. And I have never in my life finished a full journal book, whatever kind of form. And I'm already halfway through and it's only February. That's amazing. So I have been writing a lot this year, but it's been journaling, not my fictional writing so far. We'll get into that. And the other thing that I did it as like so random. I didn't even plan to do this, but I did the Yoga with Adriene January challenge. And I don't know, it started so simple. It's like literally just 20 minutes of yoga, and it like, she kind of works up in the difficulty level. And it was like a 30-day challenge, and I did it every day. Like, I actually did it. Normally I quit those things, but I like actually stuck through with this one and I did it every day. And I've learned I love yoga. I'm not great at it. I'm not the most flexible person. I'm definitely not the most strong person. I actually had to take a break this month because my poor weak wrists were starting to ache, and I realized I was doing downward dog wrong, and that's why. And anyway, so that's fun. But just, I think the reason that the yoga and the journaling have helped so much, other than the mindfulness, obviously that's something people tote as like this huge benefit. But, you know, for me, it was too just about that sense of routine, like adding something to my day as a constant to sort of equalize and reset my day. And then of course, with the mindfulness, it kind of, when I journal and when I do yoga, because you're supposed to like, you know, breathe and not think about anything, it resets my brain. And so just to have that reset every single day, it just equalizes me and either breaks me from a downward spiral that maybe I was having that day, or it kind of pulls me in from like an accelerated mindset that I might have been having, again with that whole balance thing. And it just kind of brings me back to neutral every single day. And I have found it has made such a difference for me and my behaviors that I'm trying to improve on. And then one last thing, and this one I'm definitely not as perfect with, but I've started to implement more this year, and it's made a difference in my work life, like my day job. It's just a website, it's Todoist.com, and my work actually had used it before. Now they use a different one, but I stick to Todoist. And it's like this check
well, you guys can look at it. I'll link it below. But you can put in your tasks that you have to do and like add deadlines, and you can set daily goals. And so one thing I did was I set a goal to just do 5 things every day, which is pretty small if you think about it. Like, that is less than 1 thing an hour. And if you're really crunching at work, you probably should be doing more than 5 things a day. But just having that goal, like to try and do 5 things a day, doesn't matter how big, doesn't matter how small. I will put the most minute things in there, such as like reading all my unread emails or like cleaning out all my spam or something. But having that little goal helps me see progress every single day, and I find I'm not really having 0 days or days where I feel as unmotivated, because it will be like 4 o'clock. I'm like, oh my god, I'm only at 3 tasks that I've checked off my to-do list, because maybe they were bigger tasks or I've just been in a lot of meetings. And so I'll find 2 like little things that I'll want to check off, and they might be like super quick to do, but I just like haven't done them because I don't think to do them. And it's just, I've noticed it's just made such a difference in keeping up on my tasks. I feel like this tip was really boring because it seems like obvious, like make a to-do list, but I just had to share that because again, that was something else that's helped. I still have a long way to go. I know I have not like cured years of bad habits in these 2 months by any means, but I do feel like I've reached a place where I feel ready to take that next step and increase my goals for the day. And of course, that means I'm talking about writing and writing my book and my writing life and my writing goals. And not just in my journal, because like I said, I have been writing. I'm just trying to stand up for myself a little here. So on that note, my next video that I'm going to be filming and uploading for you guys and for myself is my 2022 writing goals. So I have devised a master plan of breaking down the year and when I want to hit certain goals and milestones in my writing career. And I'm very excited to talk to you guys about that. I think it is superly well paced. That didn't make much sense, but it's very realistic, and it feels very exciting to have this to work for again. I'm just really ready for this to be like the year I see a lot of progress again. Last year I did see a lot of progress, but I like hit that progress in like June and then just stopped. I didn't keep going. I was like, I finished my next big draft, I sent it off to my critique partner, and I just wiped my hands of it for the rest of the year. I'm proud of myself for hitting that next big draft, but it's time to get back on the horse. This year is gonna this year is going to see a lot of really big milestones and exciting events and wonderful things. I will definitely talk more about our plans for the future, my plans for the future later. I'm being vague, I'm sorry. I don't want this video to be too long, but just to give context, spoiler, one of the milestones I'm talking about is I'm turning 30 this year in July, and you know, milestone birthdays, I feel like to a lot of people, it's just, you know, you sense this time of reflection and making sure that, like, kind of checking in with yourself that you're living the life you want or working towards living the life that you want. And that is definitely something that I've been feeling. Like, I turned 30 in July, and it's like, I want to make sure I'm at a place where I am setting myself up well for this next exciting decade. I'm not sad about turning 30, by the way. I was talking with my friends about this because there's my friends from my hometown, so we're all turning 30 the same year. And I said, like, turning 30 is gonna be great because we still look young. Like, we're not like super aging yet. Obviously we do feel older, but we still look young, yet we have more stability. We have more money than when we turn 20. We can drink wine. Like, life is good when you turn 30. 30 is definitely the new 20, so. And for people who are starting to age faster, there's Botox. So life is good. Right, on that note, I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't want this video to be as long as my last one, so I will just say I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully to come out. Should I tell you when it's coming out? So I'm setting a deadline for myself. I would say in the next couple weeks. I don't want to commit to a weekly upload schedule. That might be a little dicey, but I would love to do at least every 2 weeks. I think that would be sustainable. All right. Bye guys, see you in the next one.